your forecast first. Sponsored by Matex Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing.
Hey, good evening to you. Thanks for joining us here tonight on a very pleasant evening on a day where we had all kinds of weather up and down, but it's all calm out there on the Roofing Diana at Bratcher weather camera in Champaign. The clouds have left us after a little bit of rain and some really gusty winds that we had throughout the course of the day today. And now things are looking a lot better. The winds have calmed down. We had winds gusting near 30 miles an hour earlier this afternoon. Now we're down around 3, 5, 7 mile per hour wind in Champaign. Temperatures falling though. We're now down to 47 in Champaign and a cool 45 showing up in Springfield. All right, heading into work tomorrow morning. Here's the commute forecast for you. We're looking at the low 40s to start the day, but plenty of sunshine. We're talking 70s, and we're all green, no issues. More about another big cool down in the forecast when we come back. WCIA 3 News starts right now.
Now on WCIA 3 News.
Some business owners woke up to find their shops had been broken into over the weekend. What they say the culprits took. And Champaign schools are getting ready for in-person learning by ramping up COVID-19 testing. How they plan on bringing on-site testing to each school.
And some people are calling for rent to be canceled until this crisis ends. Who made their voices heard at a rally today?
You're watching your local news leader. This is WCIA 3 News at 10.
Try to steal merchandise for their own personal gain. It's disgusting.
A string of burglaries in Decatur has several business owners wondering who broke into their shops. And police, they haven't been able to make any arrests. Good evening, I'm Paul Cicchini.
And I'm Jessica Coons. 6 businesses in Decatur were burglarized early Saturday morning all across the city. The most damage was done to a used car dealership. WCIA 3's Jennifer Jensen is live in our newsroom tonight. So Jennifer, what exactly was stolen?
Jessica, 7 cars were taken. That's about $60,000 worth. Police found 5 of those cars, but 2 are still missing. Business owners in Decatur started their day with bad news from police.
Well, when I went to the lot, the cops, city police was there.
Bud Conyard came to his motor shop to find it had been broken into. Keys were stolen and 7 cars were taken from the lot.
I was wondering how I was going to get them back. And the city police, when they done a heck of a job, they picked up 3 Saturday morning and 1 Saturday night and 1 Sunday night. They done a heck of a job. They got 5 of them recovered.
5 other businesses were broken into that morning. Decatur Jewelry and Pawn, Boost Mobile, Rural King, Archer's Alley, and Taco Bell. Perry Lewin, the owner of Decatur Jewelry and Pawn, was upset to learn what happened.
It literally pisses you off. It's a personal insult, and it's a personal attack, and it's like a dagger through the heart. This is my business that I've built up for over 28 years, my heart, blood, sweat, and tears.
He says he caught the thieves on security cameras.
Ran around our store for about 45 seconds looking for what we think was ammunition and guns, firearms, but we have a very good high-tech security system and everything's stored very securely.
No guns or ammunition were stolen from Rural King or his business, but he has a warning for other business owners to protect them in the future.
If you deal with anything that high quality that people want, like gold and silver or jewelry, coins, guns, ammunition, anything that's valuable, do your best and secure that in the evening so it does not get stolen. Do not leave it outside in your showcases.
Like we said, nobody has been arrested for this, so police are asking if you know anything to please call them. Live in the newsroom, I'm Jennifer Jensen, WCIA 3, your local news leader.
All right, hopefully they get some leads. Jennifer, thank you. Deputies in Morgan County have made an arrest in a missing person investigation. 35-year-old Kenneth Ackrey is facing several charges, including concealment of a homicidal death and murder. Police say those charges come after Robert Schofield was reported missing. They say he was from the same address as Ackrey.
State police are investigating a crash that left 2 bicyclists hurt. They're asking for help finding a semi-driver who was involved. Happened yesterday on Route 150 near Spring Lake Road. Police say 1 bicyclist was seriously hurt. The other is expected to be okay. They say the semi didn't stop and left the scene. We spoke to neighbors who say speeding has always been an issue in that area. They say the shoulders around that road should be widened because a lot of people bike there.
It didn't surprise me because the bicyclists that come through here are always in danger because people leaving the city of Muhammad and the Muhammad speed zone of 45 miles an hour are known to really accelerate between here and the rest of 150 going west.
The semi that hit the cyclist was damaged during that crash. It may have been white and silver. If you have any information, you are asked to give police a call. Here's an update now about Saturday's deadly motorcycle crash in Macon County. The coroner identified the man who died. Deputies say 45-year-old Ricky Allen of Mount Zion crashed into a semi. Happened at Oakley and Caleb Roads, about 4 miles north of Oakley. The truck driver was not hurt.
A U of I student is facing weapons charges after police say he had a gun in his room. They say Joshua Gray made some concerning social media posts, and they were worried about some of the things he was saying to other people. They used that information to get a warrant to search his room. There, they found a semi-automatic gun along with ammunition.
You can't have a weapon in a residence hall or at the university anyway, but anytime it accompanies other statements being made or other behaviors, we're going to definitely make that a priority to investigate.
This is not Gray's first run-in with police. He was arrested last week for spray painting by alma mater during a protest. The U of I's police department is launching a new program called COAST. That stands for Community Outreach and Support Team. UIPD's new chief, Alice Carey, says the program's goal is to improve the relationship between police and the community they serve. COAST will also have a behavioral unit that focuses on mental health and crisis intervention.
We're going to have a licensed clinical social worker that will be assigned to this unit as well, so that we can help, serve and be that conduit between social services and, enforcement action.
She also wants to add more emotional assistance therapy dogs to the force. One Comfort Canine, Archie, joined the department this year.
Champaign Schools says a data error led to inaccurate arrest records being submitted to the federal government. By district numbers, school resource officers made 21 arrests in 2013, 19 of which were black students. In 2015, SROs made 17 arrests, 15 of which were black students. But for both years, federal civil rights data for the district shows 0 arrests. Unit 4 released a statement saying the arrest data was collected in the comments box on the discipline referral, and comments aren't pulled into any reports. More COVID-19 testing is coming to Champaign. The school district announced each school that has in-person learning on the pre-K through 5th grade level will now have testing as well. WCIA 3's Jen Lask joins us in studio tonight. So, Jen, how will this new plan work?
Paul, Carl worked out an arrangement with the district to train nurses to offer the same kind of nasal swab testing that's been taking place at the mall. The district is offering modified in-person learning for its youngest students. The Champaign Federation of Teachers says it's asking the district to offer staff with health concerns the chance to do remote work when possible, and to not force teachers with child care issues to have to take a leave of absence if they can't return in person.
So that's really going to take a lot of barriers out for families to not have to say, well, now we need you to come and take them to the mall or take them to Carl to get the test. So the fact that we'll be able to do on-site testing through Carl's support with our nurses, I think will be another sort of positive next step.
Zola says she let Urbana's superintendent know about the agreement with Carl as well. Urbana is planning only on bringing back elementary school students who have been identified as at risk for the rest of this quarter. Champaign will start the hybrid plan October 27th for elementary schools. Everyone across the district will be remote on Mondays to make sure people have 3 days in a row each week to monitor symptoms without setting foot in a district building. Back to you, Paul.
All right, Jen, thanks. The Champaign School District is also giving us a look at how many students have been chronically truant while learning remotely. Overall, 530 kids have been labeled chronically truant so far this school year. That means they have missed 5% of the school year without a valid excuse. Breaking it down, 359 are black, 94 are Hispanic, and 31 are white. For a full breakdown by age, head to our website, WCIA.com.
Some people in Champaign-Urbana want rent and mortgages to be canceled during the pandemic. The Party for Socialism and Liberation in Champaign-Urbana held a Cancel the Rents rally today in Urbana. They say the millions of people who have lost their jobs this year need to be protected from evictions and utility shutoffs. Gloria LaRiva, who's running on the presidential ballot as a socialist, stopped by today's event.
Movement is growing greatly of young people who want a change. They want socialism. They're not only rejecting capitalism, they want a new system, a system that meets people's needs, that guarantees equality, that ends racism and all forms of discrimination. And I'm very hopeful for the future because the youth are involved.
La Riva is on the ballot in Illinois and 14 other states. Taking a look at today's coronavirus numbers, there are more than 2,700 new cases statewide. That brings the total to nearly 322,000. The positivity rate has jumped in the last few days to 4.3%. 13 more people have died, including a man in his 80s from Douglas County. In total, there have been almost 9,000 COVID-related deaths across the state.
Nearly 150 people will soon be out of a job in central Illinois when a wind farm manufacturer is expected to close its doors.
Plus this.
I would have to say everything is on the table as far as I'm concerned.
Hearings started today for President Trump's Supreme Court pick, why lawmakers say her nomination could impact the makeup of the court itself.